Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Chris with Dark Hour Tech, and today we're actually going to be talking about gaming and PC gaming peripherals. Gaming is something that we all do with our PCs, and the vast majority that watch this channel or participate in the Discord, gaming is the main purpose of their PC. Now, gaming in general and gaming PCs have gotten progressively more expensive over the years, and one big question that always comes into play is budget. Of course, you want to maximize the amount of money that you have to put towards the components that go into your gaming PC. Sometimes you got to cut corners in areas to be able to get the components that you need, and some of those areas that get cut are on the peripherals. But just because you're on a budget with the peripherals doesn't mean that you have to suffer on quality or the ability to have the peripherals that you want to have the full immersion in the game. So actually what we're going to take a look at today is a number of peripherals that you can get that are budget friendly, but still provide a good quality while playing your favorite games. And of course, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as we'll have more content coming up here in the near future with more collectible items, as well as more gaming stuff, more PC builds and things like that. So of course, one small part of gaming is the surface that you're gaming on. And a mouse mat or mouse pad or even a desktop can make a big difference between having a good gaming experience and a bad gaming experience with how it interacts with your mouse. And the first product we're going to take a look at today is going to be the Logitech Studio Series Mouse Mat. Now this is actually the gray version of the mouse mat. And this is going to be 11.8 by 27.6 inch size. So it's actually going to fit most small or moderate sized desks. And it's going to leave you plenty of room for that keyboard and the mouse. The nice thing about the Logitech series, it does offer also a splash of color if you have a darker or lighter wood grain desk, as well as a nice smooth fabric surface for your mouse to glide across. It is rubberized on the back. The inner materials on this are actually made out of recycled materials, which is always nice to see, and it is very eco-friendly. And it can accommodate a keyboard as well as a mouse very simply on it. The other nice thing is it is spill resistant, easy to clean, and it comes in at a price of $20.99 on Amazon. And keep in mind, for all of these items we're going to be talking about today, there's going to be a link in the description so that you can find them easily and get them for yourself if you feel like you want to do that. And understandably, some people have bigger desks and have a larger space to fill, and there are options out there for that as well. Now, Logitech doesn't offer this mat in a larger size, but what we actually do have available is the Vaporwave 36 by 18 mouse mat, which is very similar. A nice soft fabric coating on top, as well as a rubberized bottom with stitching around the edges to provide a premium gaming surface for when you play. And that's available on our merch store, which you can find a link to in the description. And our Vaporwave mat actually, again, is that larger 36 by 18 size and definitely accommodates much more than just the keyboard and the mouse and covers the vast majority of a larger desk space. And as you can see here, it's got a circuit board design with those Vaporwave colors, and it really pops on a desktop and really is a great surface to be gaming on. All right, and after you got your gaming surface and your mouse mat, the next thing that you really got to worry about is going to be how you interact with your games. And the first product that we have that is key with interaction within your games is going to be a G305 mouse by Logitech. And this is actually a really great mouse. Logitech is very well known for having some of the most popular gaming mice out there. And they do a really great job with the transition down to their even more budget-friendly options like the G305 Lightspeed. The 305 actually offers a standard traditional mouse shape that is extremely comfortable in most hands and can only be used as a wireless mouse. But it does offer low latency and quick response. It does have convenient dongle storage right inside the battery compartment here, and it comes in only at 99 grams. It's also available in a variety of colors to really match it up with your desk or your PC theming. It offers up to 12,000 DPI, which is completely programmable in Logitech G Hub, and it's built with a 12K Hero sensor. It also has 6 programmable buttons that you can also program within G Hub itself. You can actually change the settings for the DPI locally on the mouse with the DPI button that's located right behind the scroll wheel, And again, it doesn't offer any RGB for styling. Powered by a single AA battery, it can get up to 250 hours of life and is compatible with both PC and Macs. The mouse usually is available on Amazon at $49.99, but actually right now it's on a reduction in price by 40% and is available for $29.99 in most of the colors. This actually brings us to other input devices, and nothing could be just as important as the mouse as your keyboard. Custom or high-end keyboards can reach several hundreds of dollars, and a number of gamers truly prefer the mechanical style of keyboard. And when you're looking at keyboards, custom or high-end keyboards can actually get very expensive. Now, while there are some good mid-range options like the Royal Kludge, which I actually have one that I use and I love it, it can get you upwards of $100 for that Royal Kludge keyboard. Another keyboard that I found that actually works just as well as the Royal Kludge and is more budget friendly is the Kemove K98 SE. Now this keyboard here, actually I've modified a little bit, which we'll get into the details of it, but it is a mechanical keyboard that's available on Amazon, and it comes with 3 different options of switches. You can go with red switches, yellow switches, or brown switches. You can also get in a variety of different keycap colors, pre-designed by Kemove, so that it's all set and ready to go when you get it. But all the switches and keycaps are completely removable, which means you can do even more customizing once you have it, like what you see here. Now the keycaps that come stock on the Kemove K98 are not shine-through, so be aware of that. They are just standard double-shot PBT keycaps and easy to replace, and very simple, and very many options out there at even less than $20 to get new keycaps for it. Now the keyboard itself has an integrated single color lighting that can be adjusted through simple keyboard commands, or you can use their available software. Now the keyboard is not just a thin light plastic build. It has pre-loop switches as well as double layer sound dampening foam from the factory. It feels and has the weight to show that it's actually very well built. It connects to your PC with a USB-C to USB-A connection, and it strictly operates as a wired keyboard, and it does not have any wireless option. It does lack an audio dial, but you can use the F keys to adjust audio as needed, as well as have the ability to set up personal macros through their software. Now currently the K98 is priced at $39.99 on Amazon, and it offers the number of options with the switches, and it makes a great mechanical keyboard for the gamers that are out there. But also be aware, it is not mandatory that you use their software to be able to get the full functionality of the keyboard. It does come with instructions on how to use all those features without having the software installed. It really is a solid option for those that are out there that want the feel and experience of a mechanical keyboard without paying the premium. And that's actually going to bring us to a set of keycaps that you saw on the K98 there, made by Geeky. The Geeky rubberized keycaps are perfect, and they're actually a blessing for me. As I had stated before, I am not an amazing typist by any means and can't figure out what keys are where without looking at the keyboard. This actually helps me by solving a number of problems by letting me know what keys are where when I'm gaming. These keycaps actually come in 7 different colors, so you can easily match them or have a contrasting color to your keyboard. And the set includes the escape key, all arrow keys, and the first 4 letters of the left side of the keyboard. They're double shot, translucent, and made for mechanical keyboards with a cross-check pattern for the texture in the rubberized coating. And the texture and rubberized caps make it easy to determine exactly where your fingers are simply by touch. Now, these are also shine-through keycaps as well for those of you that prefer that. And that works out in my favor because usually, like I said, I'm gaming in a dark room. As I mentioned, the keycaps that they come with, it also comes with a keycap removal tool to make it very easy to swap them out, and it's quick and simple, and the most novice person can actually accomplish this very easily. These actually go for $12.99 on Amazon, and they're a great deal and guide for those of us that are not amazing at keyboard hand placement, and help us with our ability to game more proficiently by knowing where our fingers are in relation to the keys at any time. And the next thing that brings us to interaction with any game is going to be sound. Sound can be very important. It can actually tell you where opponents are, as well as other actions and activities that are going on in the game that you're playing, whether it be Battlefront, Star Citizen, or any other game such as that, especially with FPS shooters. Logitech actually offers a great sound option in the budget category with the G435 Lightspeed wireless headset. And yes, these look very small, but believe me, they're going to surprise you. Logitech has really done a great job with packing in a lot into these little headsets, and that includes its lightweight construction as well as good sound quality in an over-ear design, budget format, And they even give the convenience to be able to have an easily removable ear cup that is easy to clean. With an 18-hour battery, these will actually keep you gaming even in the longer sessions of Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6. They're compatible with Dolby Atmos as well and operate off a dual 40mm driver. Surprisingly small for the form factor, they're actually extremely comfortable even for my big noggin. These were actually extremely comfortable even with just the fabric covered headband design, and the brightly colored wire actually offers a nice little splash of color to them as well. As far as sound, they actually sound very good and better than price comparable models. Though a bit flatter than the higher end models, the sound is clear and more than adequate for any game. These are not actually usable with the Logitech G Hub though, and have no equalizer capability within the Logitech software. From a budget perspective though, they provide sound for gaming very, very well. The mic that's actually built into these though is a little bit less than on the impressive side. Being that it's not a boom style mic, and it's only built into the left-hand ear cup, it actually leaves a little bit on the sound quality side to be desired for the microphone. While the sound will work fine for in-game chats, it may be a little bit rougher if you're using it for Discord or recordings being a content creator. It actually tends to be very flat and distant sounding, as you can see here. Okay, we are testing the sound on the G435 Logitech Lightspeed headphones. And with the microphone not being a boom mic, it is just right here in the left ear cup. And as you can see, the sound quality is going to be typical of probably a headset. But at $46.99, these actually offer a great option under $50 for gaming and getting good sound quality within your game. Now, another aspect of sound is for those gamers who don't do online game playing or multiplayer gameplay. There's a lot of people out there that just prefer solo campaigns and solo gameplay. And in those cases, a lot of those people choose not to wear headsets because it may be uncomfortable for them, want to be able to sit there and hear everything else that's going around them to be able to pay attention to what else is going on in their home. And that's where soundbars come in. And soundbars are actually a great option to be able to hear your game while not covering up your ears and blocking out the sound from around the rest of the house or your environment. There are actually a lot of low-cost options out there, and if you run down to your local Walmart, you'll see $10 speakers from ONN. You'll be able to find some Logitech speakers, desktop speakers that are going to have a moderate range of sound quality at $15 or $25 levels. Now, one option that you have out there as far as sound bars where you don't have to go out and spend $100 for a Razer Leviathan or other kind of desktop speaker system out there is going with Red Dragon. Red Dragon is actually known for a lot of budget peripherals that offer good quality. And they actually continue that with the Red Dragon GS560 Soundbar. Now, the Red Dragon 560 soundbar is definitely a budget soundbar. It's 16 inches in width and actually will fit on most any desk. It is actually powered through a USB port to offer the RGB options on it and gets its sound through a 3.5mm jack. So you will be using up 2 ports when you use this, but it does offer a front face dial with backlit RGB to control the volume and operates through 2 2-inch drivers inside the soundbar. It is a 2-channel system, and with it being a 2-channel system, all your sound is going to be coming from the computer, so obviously it doesn't have any software to provide for simulated surround sound or anything like that. But it does deliver good sound quality for the price. The soundbar itself is actually offered from Red Dragon in black, pink, and white, and all 3 models actually are constructed the same with the same backlighting. The backlighting, though, is not compatible with anything like Signal RGB or anything like that. It is basically static preset options for the lighting that can go from a static color to a wave system alternating between different colors. This actually sells for $34.99 on Amazon and is a great option, especially being $5 lower than what they charge for it on Red Dragon's website. And it's a solid sound system to use if you're on a small desk and doing gaming, movies, or even music. The last thing that we're going to actually talk about in the sound category is a microphone, a dedicated microphone, as a lot of people do prefer using a dedicated microphone instead of the ones that are mounted on their headsets because of sound quality. And that's going to be for Discord, in-game chat, or even something such as content creating. Now, one company that actually kind of took off during the pandemic is Fifine. Fifine is actually a company that offers great quality microphones at a more affordable cost. Their XLR USB microphone has actually become one of its most popular and delivers excellent sound and quality for the cost of right around $70. But lesser known is their more budget offering with the Ampligame microphone. And that's this one here. And the microphone itself actually comes with everything that you see. Now, not quite the sound quality of their XLR USB combo mic, the quality that this microphone provides is extremely good for its cost. The mic actually comes pre-mounted into a shock mount that is attachable to the bass stand that they offer with it, or you can actually not attach the bass stand, and it does have the attachment to fit onto an arm. It also comes pre-installed with a pop filter, so it really does give you everything that you need to really get a dedicated microphone right out of the box that's ready to go. It connects via USB-C to USB-A to your computer, and it actually even has RGB lighting. On the top of the microphone itself, it actually has a touch-sensitive button that will turn the mic on and off, and the RGB will actually turn on and off to indicate its status. On the bottom of the microphone is a gain knob so that you can change the gain on the fly to improve your sound quality if you need to. Now, the microphone itself operates at 192 kilohertz sampling rate, and it really does provide clear and concise sound pickup. It's compatible not only with PC, but also with PS5. And it's really a great option for beginning content creators that are on a budget and trying to get started off with streaming or recording on different platforms. And what we'll do is we'll actually just hook this up to OBS, and you'll be able to hear a sound sample of what it sounds like when it's plugged in and doing recording. So this is the Fifine Ampligame microphone running on Streamlabs OBS with the standard filters I run for all my microphones. And as you can see, the RGB lights up and turns off as you mute the mic with the touch sensitive button on top. Sound quality is actually really good. Now, as you can see, the microphone itself actually works very well, is very clear and concise, and delivers good sound quality. And especially at the price point of $32.99. It would really be a great pickup and addition for any gamer or content creator that's first starting out and trying to maintain a budget. What we're going to talk about next is something that's not even a peripheral. It's not even a solid object, but actually a piece of software that can improve the immersion that you have in any game, or at least any game that offers that functionality. And that functionality is head and eye tracking. Now, there are a lot of great systems out there like Tobii Eye Tracker 5 or Track IR, and these systems can actually cost you upwards of $200 or more depending on how extensive you get into them. But what our next item actually provides is the ability to use something that you probably already have, and if you don't, is extremely inexpensive to get, and that is Beam Eye Tracker. Beam Eye Tracker actually works through an already existing webcam, and it actually provides head and eye tracking compatible with over 200 different games. The system itself is easy to set up, and in the past, their software has actually needed not only the Beam Eye Tracker software, but also OpenTrack, which is a free source software that's available out there to make it compatible with most games. But with one of their most recent releases, it is now all self-contained package that's available on Steam for $29.99. Now, with only needing to load in Beam Eye Tracker software itself, you can turn your webcam into your own personal eye tracking and head tracking system and save yourself 70-75% over the cost of some of the more expensive systems. This is going to be compatible in games such as Star Citizen, Assetto Corsa, as well as Microsoft Flight Sim, and many, many more. You can actually check out the full list on Beam Eye Tracker site on Steam, and a link is going to be in the description below as to how to get that. Now, in the past, I've done a full video on Beam Eye Tracker, and it was very good experience. I had a great time, and it worked just as well as the Tobii 5 that I tested and actually own. And I'll be updating that video down the line here with their new update, which takes out the need to have OpenTrack on your computer in order to get it to work. But the nice thing is, even if you don't have a webcam, this will actually work with a lot of different webcams out there, including some of the budget ones that you find on Amazon. It's even compatible with the PS3i as well as direct show devices, and also offers support for NVIDIA broadcasts. Alongside all of that, it also has the availability for camera sharing, meaning that it's going to share the camera not only with the Beam Eye Tracker software, but other software on your system if that other software allows it. And the greatest thing about it is, like I said, It's an easy setup. It uses something that most of us already have and is fairly inexpensive and available on Steam to anybody with a Steam account. And it's all at a cost that's far below any other system. And that's actually going to bring us to our last piece of equipment, and probably my most favorite out of all of these. As many gamers know, it's very important, of course, to always keep on top of how your PC is running. And I'm a huge fan of sensor panels. Typical sensor panels that I've installed in systems usually take up a USB port as well as an HDMI port, and usually requires a license to things such as like AIDA64 to get the full functionality. But there's actually a better option that is brought to us through ThermalRight. For those that build PCs or are PC enthusiasts, ThermalRight is a name that many are familiar with because they offer amazing cooling options through fans and AIOs at a very budget-friendly cost. Their product line also includes a number of very budget-friendly AIOs that include LCD screens that can provide temps and stats on your PC. And what they've done now is they've taken this and incorporated it into a standalone sensor panel. The great thing is that you don't need any additional license in order to use it, as it includes their TCC software that they use for their AIOs. And this sensor panel that they offer is actually called the Trofeo Vision LCD display. This is actually a full spectrum sensor panel, and the TCC software that they have offers monitoring of all the vital systems of your PC presented to you on a 6.86-inch screen. And the software has several preloaded designs and backgrounds, as well as allows for custom displays to be created through the TCC software. You have the ability to load any background, as well as move and change the X and Y locations of any of the sensors displayed or information. Connects externally through a USB-A connection and can easily be set on the desk. Now, for desk setup, it doesn't come with any kind of stand or anything, and if you're not going to lean this up against a post or something like that, I find something as simple as an acrylic plate display that you can get on Amazon for mere cents is a great holder for this, and it fits in very nicely and holds it and displays it at a very readable angle. Now, for those that actually prefer the sensor panel to be inside their PC case, the same USB-C cable that connects this for external viewing actually has a removable USB-A adapter that provides you with a connection to plug into your motherboard into the USB port. And then it can be mounted inside the case with something as simple as double-sided tape in either a horizontal or vertical position, and adjusted as needed within the TCC software. It comes in either black or white, and actually is a great way for you to be able to keep an eye on your PC's stats, such as clock speeds for your GPU, CPU, as well as temps and usage percentage, and also available to put date and time on there for a full range of information and even more that you can add. And in turn, this is going to allow you to see things ahead of time that may become an issue or a sign of something going wrong with your PC. Now, this is actually available on Amazon for $47.99 for the white version and $46.99 for the black. Why there's a $1 difference based on color, I don't know. There always seems to be a premium on white for some reason. But that is actually a great cost for an all-in-one panel that is actually going to provide you with not only the panel itself, a single connection so you don't lose two ports, as well as the software to provide all the information, and doesn't require any additional license. In sensor panels that I've done in the past, I'm paying $50 for an 8-inch display before I even get into the cost of custom cables to be able to mount it in the system, as well as AIDA64 or any other software that I'm going to use to create the panel itself. This really is a great option all around from Thermaltake, which has really become a well-trusted name in PC cooling and monitoring components. And that, of course, brings to a close this group of peripherals and other things that you can do to enhance your gaming experience on a budget-friendly price. And want to really say thank you to everybody for being here. If you do like this kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe. Look for future videos dealing with other collectibles, PC-related items, as well as builds, and even our gaming that we do on stream, and more videos come out about gaming itself. We appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, check out that merch store. We have that Vaporwave mouse mat over there, as well as many other options. But also make sure you hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you have any of these items, what you think of them. But until next time, I'm Chris from Dark Hour Tech, and everybody please be safe out there and have an amazing day.